Well, we've had an interesting discussion about the value of good corporate governance, and a lot of organisations, I think, need to spend more time on that, because there's certainly strong anecdotal evidence that good corporate governance leads to lower cost of capital, greater efficiencies, improved performance by boards, and that's important. And at a time when costs are under attack, if one can build in efficiencies through good corporate governance, that's got to be worthwhile. But it is challenging, and the tone has to start at the top. The chairman is involved. It affects the whole decision-making process. It affects the role of the non-executive directors. They, above all, need to understand that their role essentially is noses in, fingers out, because they've got to let the executive team actually manage the business. But their role is to ensure that there's a vision, a well-communicated vision for the company, that the board itself has objectives, that along with the executive team they set the strategy for the company, and then they monitor the executives' performance against that strategy. That is a challenging task for any board of non-executive directors. But good governance is worthwhile, and it's important that governance processes and controls are kept under review. One can't be complacent just because a company's done things in a certain way for a period of time. It doesn't mean to say it's any longer the right way. It may be the right way to do things, but it's important not to assume. And it's important to keep refreshing all these policies just to make sure they really are up to date and are serving the needs of the company and of the board itself. So it is important that the application of governance principles needs to be proportionate. It needs to be thought through. It's not just a case of mentally ticking a box, ticking off a checklist. Sometimes a governance code, a governance framework just won't suit a particular company in some respects. And so long as there is a cogent, well-reasoned explanation, that is going to make a difference. Obviously, part of good governance involves staying in touch with shareholders, having good, open, transparent relationships with shareholders, communicating openly and transparently. It is challenging, but it is worthwhile. So I would commend good corporate governance as being of great value and something which companies should certainly support at the highest level.